What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, this story just broke today. Pretty sure a lot of you are going to be reading this, or other channels might be doing videos on it. But anyways, this guy in Norway, 51 years old, doctor orders him like, "Hey man, get off the couch, go do some metal detecting." So he does, and he finds basically the largest collection of gold ever, and it's old gold too. So let me see if I can zoom in for you guys in the story. All right, so a Norwegian man using metal detector has found 9 pendants, 3 rings, and 10 gold pearls on a southern island in what was described as the gold find of the century. Pretty cool story. I'm not sure what kind of metal detector he's using there. It's probably not a super expensive one. I do subscribe to some metal detecting channels, and I always find it cool, even when those dudes are finding like wheat cents. But could you imagine finding actual gold and old gold from like, what is this? Pendants around 500 AD? Anyways, so it's a very cool story, but here's where it gets political and very strange. An associate professor said it was very unusual discovery scanning context. Okay, under their laws, in Norwegian law, objects from before the year 1537 and coins from before 1650 are considered state property and must be handed in, otherwise you go to jail. Could you imagine, guys, this? If you did this in the United States and you find like some, well, first of all, you're not going to find gold this old because you'd only find like Indian heads and stuff because we didn't really come about, no, America wasn't discovered, so you're never going to find anything this old. But imagine if we had a law like this where it's like, all right, you found a bunch of Morgan silver dollars and stuff in the ground or somewhere, but because it's from, before 1900, you have to hand it into the state or hand it into the country. That's crazy of a law. So anyways, very cool find. Congratulations to this guy, but what does he get? Like, there's no stories on what this guy actually gets. Like, did he even get anything? I don't know. To me, that would be like super sad. Like, if, what would you do? Like, if you found this much gold and let's say you're in Norway, I guess you would hand it in, right? Because you're so afraid of getting put in jail. But anyways, it's a very cool discovery. I hope they do some additional stories on these pieces, or at least show them in actual detail. This kind of stuff does belong in a museum. I hope it just doesn't like disappear and end up in some drawer somewhere. Again, I can't imagine the cool stuff that's out there that just isn't properly displayed, or someone ends up getting their hands on it and you'll never see it again. So hopefully they can do a video showing the exact items that he found. Again, the story just broke today. So anyways, guys, just want to get your ideas on what would you do if you found this kind of gold, but then you were told by your local authorities that you have to turn it in. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to be on the news about this kind of stuff. I'd probably keep it to myself. But then, go try and, obviously he's in some sort of lab where they're authenticating it or carbon dating it. But I don't know. It's just really cool that something that old, like that's super old, is still intact and, not found in the ocean with all kinds of crustaceans and crap on it. Like literally this is found in the ground. So very cool story. I wonder if like, this was stolen from somebody back then and somebody buried it. It would be more interesting if they had a little bit more details, but then maybe he doesn't want to divulge that much information because he's probably going to go back and see if he can find some more. Or here's some conspiracy. Is this all he wanted to disclose? Again, can you imagine? That's a huge hoard of stuff. So do you think like there are some bars or non-jewelry items, non-museum type items that he melty? I mean, again, like maybe this is just the front. This is just like this very small pieces of what he found. He might have found like a giant hoard, like a chest of gold, with other, like, again, because usually with these type of things like jewelry and stuff, you're gonna have bars, you're gonna have silver, you're gonna have some other items. Very odd that this is the only thing that's disclosed. So that's just my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I just think it's cool. So again, I'm pretty sure there was some other gold that he just didn't say anything about, and good for him. Because how do you prove the actual gold items like the bars are that old unless you actually bring it to someone? Other than that, you could just melt it. But maybe you don't melt it. Maybe having old gold bars is worth more than the gold itself. But again, who knows? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What would you do if you found this much gold? Would you say anything or would you keep your mouth shut? All right, talk to you on the next one.